Cold winter light lay over the fields around Tangail as Indian transports roared overhead, carrying two para toward one clear objective: seize Pungli Bridge and open the road to Dhaka before Pakistan could stabilize the collapsing front. In the cramped bays of N-12, packets and Dakotas, paratroopers checked weapons and harnesses in focused silence, fully aware they were about to execute a rare daylight combat jump deep inside enemy territory, under the protective umbrella of Indian fighters and tightly coordinated navigation support. As pathfinders on the ground confirmed the drop zone north of Tangail, the doors slammed open to a blast of cold air and white sky. The red light flicked to green, and men stepped into the slipstream in rapid succession, parachutes snapping open over East Pakistan's countryside in a widening canopy. Within minutes, a full battalion group was descending almost on top of its objective, landing close enough to assemble quickly yet far enough to avoid concentrated fire, while scattered Pakistani observers and Razakar auxiliaries watched in shock at the scale and speed of the assault. Touchdown brought no pause. The moment boots hit the ground, sections formed up around their leaders, collecting weapons, radios, and equipment containers with drilled efficiency, while light artillery and recoilless rifles were assembled to give the force immediate firepower. Guided by Mukti Bahini fighters who knew every bund and village track, two para began a push toward the Jamalpur, Tangail Dhaka road, brushing aside small enemy pickets with aggressive fire and maneuver, determined to reach Pungli Bridge before Pakistan's 93 Infantry Brigade could escape or demolish the crossing. As the paratroopers closed in, the sounds of engines, shouted orders, and sporadic fire marked the Pakistani positions guarding the bridge and ferry point, where troops and Razakars held light field works covering the approaches. Two para deployed into assault formations, one element fixing the defenders frontally while others worked the flanks, mortars and recoilless rifles hammering bunkers and strongpoints overlooking the road. Under this cover, assault teams surged forward, using ditches and roadside cover to close the final distance, breaking resistance in a series of sharp engagements that left the bridge and its approaches in Indian hands, crucially intact. Engineers moved in at once to clear any demolition charges and secure the structure for follow-on forces, while the battalion dug in around Pungli, establishing an all-round defensive perimeter to meet the expected night counterattacks. Probing enemy elements and retreating columns that tried to test the bridgehead ran into prepared arcs of fire and disciplined responses, leaving wrecked vehicles, prisoners, and abandoned equipment that confirmed the northern route to Dhaka had been effectively severed. By the next day, Indian ground columns linked up with the airborne troops, turning a temporary foothold into a firm axis of advance, and the Tangail assault stood out as a textbook demonstration of air dominance, precise airborne insertion and determined ground action combining to open the gate to Dhaka and hasten the end of the war.